Welcome to the Game Week 22 team review. The West Ham double-up of Adrian and Masuaku returned a reasonable 9 points between them over their games against West Brom and Spurs, but it was almost so much more. Heung-min Son scored an 84th minute equaliser for Spurs, which saw the pair lose their clean sheets late on. Elsewhere in defence, Nicolas Otamendi conceded a late consolation goal to Watford during Man City's 3-1 win, while Andreas Christensen returned to the starting lineup after his recent illness, but Chelsea conceded twice during a 2-2 draw with Arsenal. All four of the midfielders returned points in Game Week 22, and Raheem Sterling scored his 14th Premier League goal of the season during the win over Watford. The Man City midfielder was looking for a brace, taking a tally of 4 shots with 2 on target and also providing 2 attempted assists. Marco Arnautovic replaced Richarlison with a free transfer, and his double game week got off to a good start with a late assist against West Brom. However, he then missed the game against Spurs with what appears to be a minor hamstring injury. Hopefully he's able to recover in time for Game Week 23, as he still has some fantastic fixtures to come. Heung-min Son replaced Kevin De Bruyne with a second free transfer in what appeared to be an easy move to make, after the Man City midfielder looked set to miss Game Week 22 through injury, but the Belgian somehow recovered to provide 2 assists against Watford. Thankfully, Son was able to match De Bruyne's 12-point return, but it's still a shame that no points were gained by making that transfer. A late transfer was made to bring in Dele Alli for a 4-point hit after Mo Salah was ruled out of Liverpool's game against Burnley, with some reports suggesting he'd be sidelined for a minimum of 2 weeks. Although the hit has paid off, there was a lot of team value lost in the process of selling Salah, and if the Liverpool man returns for the game against Man City, he might drop 0.1 million at best. The Spurs midfielder took an impressive tally of 9 shots over the double game week, in addition to his 5 attempted assists, so while a 10-point return was good, it really should have been a haul from Ali, looking at those underlying numbers. Finally, we move on to the forwards, and we begin with a positive. Sergio Aguero got on the score sheet during the win over Watford to pay off the second 4-point hit taken in Game Week 22. Alvaro Morata was the man who made way, and he once again had a nightmare against Arsenal, missing 3 big chances during the game to return just 2 points. Aguero took 5 shots against Watford, with 3 finding the target. Only Christian Eriksen took more efforts on target during Game Week 22. But now we come on to the negative, which of course was opting to use the triple captainship on Harry Kane. Yes, the Spurs man was suffering from a cold in the lead up to the game, but that was never likely to rule him out, and it was more a case of whether Fernando Llorente would be awarded a start against his former club to save Kane for the game against West Ham. But this was the Premier League's top goal scorer over the last 3 seasons, on the back of 2 consecutive hat-tricks, up against 2 teams that were both conceding plenty of goals, in Swansea and West Ham. So the potential here was huge. In the end, the Spurs forward took an impressive tally of 8 shots and provided 3 attempted assists. He was also close to an assist against Swansea with his beautifully weighted pass to Dele Alli, and Spurs had a number of penalty appeals turned down over the 2 games as well. So Kane still had the chances to deliver, but these things happen, and there have been plenty of other triple captain fails in previous seasons. The likes of Romelu Lukaku during his time at Everton, who scored just 4 points in a double game week, and Andy Carroll, who equalled Kane's 3 points a couple of seasons ago when he was a popular triple captain choice. It's also important to remember, for those of us that use the triple captainship this week, that we can still somewhat nullify future popular triple captain choices by ensuring that we at least give them our captain's armband, therefore only losing out on 1/3 of the points. But in spite of the triple captain fail and the 8-point hit, a net score of 56 points was still enough for a small green arrow, up to around 26k. With the second wildcard still available, as well as the free hit and bench boost chips, it should still be no problem to achieve a strong finish.